Well, when I first thought about putting this video together, I thought let's do a how to pinch out sweet peas. Gardener's World was there on Friday night. Monty Don was on there. He was like, look at my sweet peas. They're getting a bit long. Pinch them out. Job done. But then I thought, what if people don't know why they should be pinching out or should not be pinching out sweet peas? And then we'll do how to do it. So we'll start off with a little bit of a chat about why or why not to do it. Then we'll have a look at them and we'll do a little bit of a demo and show you how I'm going to do it. Now, I was first really introduced to sweet peas a couple of years ago by my dearly departed friend Steve from the Green Side Up channel, and he swore by a company called Eagle Sweet Peas. That's where I get my seeds from. And the collection here, the different seeds, different colour flowers that'll grow on these. This is a collection there called the Chelsea collection that you can get from Eagle Sweet Peas. I am in no way sponsored by, affiliated with, paid by, none of that by Eagle Sweet Peas. They just do really, really good seeds. I mean, in this seed tray alone, there's probably, I don't know, 24, 28 cells in there, and there's only one single seed that hasn't germinated. All the rest of them have come up. There was one seed per cell. They've all come up, and it was exactly the same last year when I used the same collection from the same provider. We have had brilliant results. Anyway, pinching out sweet peas. Should you pinch them out or should you not? And there's a pretty simple answer to it, actually, as to whether you should or not. If you want lots and lots and lots of flowers of one plant where the stems aren't as long and the blooms aren't as big, pinch them out. Easy as that. If you want not as many flowers, but they come on longer stems and have bigger blooms, don't pinch them out. If you pinch them out, lots and lots of sort of the side shoots will grow off there, a lot more energy put into them. You'll get loads and loads and loads of smaller flowers on shorter stems. If you don't pinch it out, you'll generally just get one big long cordon, up it goes, but the flowers that come off them will be a lot bigger and the stems will be a lot longer. So I guess, thinking about it, if you want a lot of picked flowers, you want to pick the flowers and put them in some sort of vase, I guess you want the long stems, unless you've got a short vase, in which case you want the short stems. If you're going to have a display in your garden, if you're going to have a display at your allotment or wherever you might be growing them, by all means, I think pinch them out, let loads and loads and loads of smaller flowers grow. It'll look a million times better for the wildlife, loads of flowers and that there for the bees to come along and get in and about. If you want picked flowers, if you want to bring them home in bunches, put them in vases or whatever you want to do with them, think about probably just growing that single cordon. Don't pinch them out. You'll get bigger flowers, longer stems for the vases. Job's a good one. Anyway, simple as that. And speaking of other things that are really simple, let me just get set up with the camera a little bit better to show you how I'm going to do the sort of pinching out on the sweet peas, and I'll come back to you in just a jiffy. So onto the actual pinching out. So here's my sweet peas. You can see they're getting a bit long, they're getting a bit straggly for keeping here in these sort of planters inside the greenhouse. But again, just because of the temperatures, what are we, 9th of April, I think I mentioned before, we're a good sort of probably at least 2 weeks, I think, before they're going to go out at the allotment. So some of them you can give them a little snip, a little bit of a haircut. So I'm probably going to do 50-50. So I'm very lucky. I've got 4 of each variety in here that have germinated, apart from that one single one that I mentioned before that hasn't, but all the rest of them, we've got 4. So I'll do a bit of a mixed bag. So we'll pinch out 2 of them and we'll leave 2 of them as is. So what we want to do, let's just pick this one here. Ideally, coming up your stem, you want 2 or 3, whichever you've got, sets of leaves, and then we're going to pinch them out just above. Now, pinching out, it's just a term that's basically taking the top off the plant. It's as simple as that, and you can do it in a few different ways. Easiest way, simplest way, not using any equipment, just use your sort of forefinger and your thumb, pinch it in there. You can use a bit of your sort of fingernail if you want, give it a pinch, give it a twist, and it just takes the top of the plant off like that, and we still have a nice healthy plant there going. If you want, if like me, you can pick up a little tiny set of secateurs snipper things here from the garden centre that I think are probably used for, I don't know what they're used for actually, but I found them last year and they're brilliant. I use them for all sorts of stuff. And again, I'm coming up sort of 3 sets of leaves and I'm just going to snip them just above where the sort of leaf is coming off the main stem there for that. It doesn't have to be that. If you've just got a pair of, like me, a pair of broken scissors, you can use a pair of broken scissors and it will do exactly the same job. We're going to come up 3 sets of leaves, find it there, give it a snip, and the top comes off. Like I say, I'm going to do half and half. The first 2 cells all the way along the tray. You can see the labels there of all the different varieties that come in that Chelsea collection. We'll give them a snip, so you end up with 50-50. 50% to take home, 50% to leave at the allotment, and those different types of blooms, different lengths of stem that are going to grow on the different plants. So just as the sun's coming out and as quick as a flash, it's only a 2-minute job to do that. And I've got all the little tops here that have been cut off the sweet peas on the ones that we've done or haven't done, and let me just fetch them over and show you here exactly what we've done. So hopefully you can see these ones along the front here, they're a lot shorter. They've all pretty much got 3 sets of leaves left on them. And if we spin that round and show you the ones at the back, you can see they're a lot longer, they're quite sort of floppy at this time of year. They're flopping over. Speaking of which, now is a good time of year to do it. You see when they start to sort of flop over like that, when they're getting too long for these cell trays and really need to go out and get some proper support against them. Now is a good time to trim them. If you want to take the tops off them, now is a good time to do it, when they start flopping over like that in the greenhouse. But if we pop them down, that is me done. Hopefully that's maybe helped you made a bit of a decision whether you want the sort of long stem big bloom ones or the short stem small bloom ones. Depends on where you're going to have them. It is entirely up to you. But that is me done for today. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.